NATO killed Chelsea Football Club, and I will explain how. Chelsea was founded in March 1905 by Guy Mears. He did it whilst in a Rising Sun pub. He initially had bought Stamford Bridge and he was going to lease it to Fulham. 'Twas his plan at least. However, I imagine he had one too many pale ales and he ended up deciding to create his own football club. The first time they won the FA Cup was in 1970. Took a while. Not very good. They went into some financial struggles for 20 years. The club was bought for £1 by Ken Bates. The stadium was no longer Chelsea's. It had gone to a company, a property development company. Not so good. In 1992 they did manage to get that back. That was because the company went bust and good old Ken did some dodgy dealing with the bank managers. In 2003, Abramovich bought the club. He did it for 60 million with a personal profit of 17 million. Not too shabby. This was famously rumoured to be ordered by Putin himself. Rumours, I only tell rumours. They spent 1.05 billion euros net in the transfer market under Abramovich. They did win some trophies in that time, but if you're spending a billion, you should win trophies. Post Roman Abramovich, they were bought for 4.2 million by the Blueco Group. This led to a lot of cycled staff. They lost their chairman, they lost their director, they lost their technical performance advisor, and I imagine many more people. They then went on a spree of just sacking everybody that was in the manager position. They sacked Tuchel, they sacked Potter, they brought in the hero, Frank Lampard. He actually had a really good stint at this one, with a 9% win rate. The lowest of any Chelsea manager, I believe, who's had more than 3 games. So that went well. They then brought in Poch. Then they got rid of Poch because he fell out with everyone within a year. Now they've brought in Maresca. He's come to steady the ship, and that seems to be going very well so far. They've got 191 years of contracts in their back book. This is only slightly more than the next highest, which is 97 with Tottenham. And as we all know, Tottenham are a team that you should look up to and want to be like. There are 42 players for their 21-man squad, who their new manager has essentially said 21 of these can suck a fat one, and they're a pile of shite. So steadying the ship's going well. There's plenty of news about Sterling, which we won't go into because that's a separate thing. With any luck, they will start tumbling down the leagues and meet some lovely plumbers in the Conference League, as many people would love to see. So now you're saying, but how does this relate to NATO? Well, So how is this NATO's fault? As we all know, Franz Ferdinand was shot by a Serbian. This caused Austria-Hungary to declare war on Serbia. Russia backed Serbia. Germany backed Austria. Germany, for some reason, then went through Belgium. And Britain liked Belgium. So we weren't happy there. And because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, we indirectly were in cahoots with Russia. World War I. Germany lost World War I, but they did get a Hitler out of it. Now Hitler became the Nazi leader in 1921 and the head of state in 1934. Germany, of course, went on to lose World War II, and directly from World War II did we get the Cold War. East versus West. East side versus the West side. Germany was split into two. NATO was formed in 1949 to stop the Soviets from expanding. Ironically, only NATO has expanded. The Soviet Union has only gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. Anyway. In 2014, Russia took Crimea. In 2021, Russia started putting troops all along the border with Ukraine, and they said, don't worry, this is not anything to do with us. We are just worried that NATO are going to attack. So everyone believed them, because why would they lie? In December, Russia then gave its demands for doing nothing and said that Ukraine cannot join NATO. USA said, well, we can't guarantee they'll never join NATO. Russia didn't like that. So in February of 2022, they invaded Ukraine. In March, Abramovich said, I'm selling the club. So that proves without any doubt that that Serbian shooting Franz Ferdinand caused the demise of Chelsea.